Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today we are going to continue working on this page here that we started yesterday. I'm still using Ohuhu markers and Prismacolor pencils, and it will all be linked down below in the description. I'll also put all the pencil numbers and marker numbers and everything down in there in case you want to color along and want to get your stuff out before we start. So I think I want to start with a little birdie, and that way, like, all that is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in and all that, and we'll just jump right in. Alright, so I think I want a blue bird. I think that would look nice, and it would kind of complement his shirt a little bit. But I want a little bit of a different blue, so we're going to start with number 67 from the Ohuhu markers, and I just have the bullet tip ones because mine are pretty old, and I got these before the brush tips came out. So I'm just going to go ahead and base this bird with this blue here. Let's see, like so, kind of trying not to let it bleed across the lines. Let's see, like so. I'm gonna go around the eye and not get it in the eye. There. Then I'm going to go and use number 23 for the beak and the feet. Let's see, like so. And I think I'm just going to use a black for the eye, so that's number 120. See, like so, and we'll probably put a dot of white gel pen in there. I'll just gotta wait for that to dry. I'm gonna go in with some warm gray 0.5. I don't know if this focuses on it or not. Let's see if I can get just in the white of the eye to give it a tiny bit of color. Then I'm going to go in with some Prisma, and we're going to be using the INDANTHRONE blue, which is number 208. And I'm going to go in the shadowy areas, so under the wing, or around the wing here, and in between the tail feathers. So like so, I'm going to pull this out a tiny bit over here. And also I'm going to go in on the bottom. So on the belly, or on the underside. And going on the wing. And in between the feathers here, like so. And kind of follow this squiggly line. Get some on the underside of the head. Get some maybe under the eye. And then go in a little bit more on the underside of the wing, or under the wing. so they get a little bit more definition in there. I may go in with some, let's go on with a tiny bit of indigo just in the darkest areas, so under the wing pretty much with this indigo, like so. And then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the indanthrone blue, or however you say it. Pretty sure I'm probably saying it wrong, but oh well. See, like so. This one will be a little darker because I want a little dark on the underside of that. See, like so, a little bit more on the face. There. Then I'm going to go in with some Copenhagen blue, which is number 906. And we're pretty much going to just lightly fill in the rest. It'll be a pretty dark blue bird, but that's kind of what I want. And I'm going to leave a tiny bit of the lighter color right up top. A little bit more here on the belly. And around here on the head. See, like so, a little bit more right here. And I think maybe we'll blend it out with some powder blue, which is number 1087. It's way too many colors for this teeny tiny bird. Oh well. See, just a little bit up top to kind of blend it in and dull it maybe a little bit, like so. And let's see, that's the blue part at least. Then I'm going to go in with some mineral orange. I'm going to go over in the darker areas, although this is pretty close to the marker color, so you may not be able to see a whole lot of difference. But this is a little earthier than the bright orange we put on there. So, like so, and then I think I want the burnt ochre. So burnt ochre, which is number, not unforgotten, 943 in the darkest areas. Like so. And I think we can probably grab our white gel pen. And let's put some on here. I'm using the Arteza white gel pen, but you can use any white gel pen will work. Let's put a little dot in his eye there. Maybe we can put a little bit white on the head and on top of the wing here to kind of bring back that highlight, and on the little feathers on the wings. Okay, so I think we're just going to go ahead and start on their faces. And I'm going to use number 132 in the Ohuhus for their, well, skin, or well, it's not really skin, is it? But for the skin, I guess. We'll just call it skin, even though it's, I don't know what they use to make scarecrows. Hopefully not skin. So you go around everything on here. So try not to get any streaks. So just go over that, kind of down to the bow here, around all the things. So you just go straight through that. I haven't really decided what I want to do with the rest of this stuff. I usually don't pick out my colors beforehand. I just kind of figure it out as I go. So like so. Okay, so there's his. And let's do hers while we're at it, because they're made of the same stuff. So get this here, get around there, try to keep this edge wet so that it doesn't streak too much. This one down here. And above her eye right here. I think I got all that. And I don't really have anything else that would need that color. Then I'm going to go in with 162 for the noses. We'll do both of them. Then we will go in with number 14, which will be, now I've forgotten, I think the inside of this cheek circle here. Let's get this here. They'll both be kind of the same. And number 10 for the outer circle. Be a little bit darker. And it's okay if those two reds kind of bleed into each other. I'm pretty much just trying not to get it on the skin. Like so. There. Oh, and she's got another one. Almost missed it. Like so. And then I don't know if I want to keep this, because they're kind of like stitches. And I don't know if I want to do black or white, but we'll figure it out as we go. So for the eyes, I'm thinking maybe give him some green eyes. So I'm going to grab my 181 marker that we used yesterday. I'm trying to figure out where exactly their eyes are, but I guess this will be the green part, like that. And I don't know if these are highlights, I can't tell. Let's see, like so. Let's get that tiny bit there. And let's see, grab the 76, I think, yeah. For hers, and let's see, it's here, I think. Almost markered the wrong place there. And here, like so. I guess those are highlights, I can't tell. And then we will grab our warm gray 0.5 again, and we'll do the whites with this, like so. And I think this is also the white, and so is this. It looks like they're looking at each other. It makes sense now, I think. Then we'll just grab our black marker and fill in this black. Like so. And this bit here. And she is looking at him, so this is this end. Like so, and this bit here. Like so. Okay, so for the faces, I think I'm going to go in with some light umber, which is number 941. And I'll put mine in an extender, and we'll just kind of go around the outer edge with this color. And around everything that's kind of overlapping. Maybe a little bit under the eyes here. Let's see, and under here. Kind of like so, and then let's get this edge here. Let's get under the eye here a little, and maybe a little bit like under the nose here, and some under the cheeks, around this bow. Here, and kind of fade it out, kind of like a little bit of shade and fade. We will go in with something a tiny bit darker. See, pull it down a little bit over here, and also here. Like so. And kind of leave the the middle just the marker color, at least for now. I may change my mind later. Do the same thing on her. Hers a little bit more, or her is a little bit more. She's a little bit more tilted, or a little bit more sideways. But we'll just kind of go around like so. I still don't know what this is. Can't tell whether it's supposed to be part of their skin or not. Well, not skin, but you know. See, like so. Get around the little cheeks, a little bit under the eye, and here, kind of pull it down, and a little bit under the nose. And kind of fade it out into the face a little. Get this a little further up. Around like that, I think. Then we'll go in with some dark umber, which is number 947. And we'll just go around the darkest areas. So just around the face, maybe a tiny bit under the cheeks, a little bit under the eyes. And just add in a little bit here and there as you kind of feel like where it's needed. Get some in here. Like so, I think. And we'll do the same thing on her. Just very, very lightly, because this color is pretty dark. So get in here and in underneath this flower and around. See, there's a bit, needs to be cleaned up a little bit right here. And I'm going very, very lightly. And maybe we should put in a tiny bit right around the nose. Probably doesn't even show up for you, but it's a little bit, you know, right there. Then we'll go backwards, so back to the light umber. And then we will add in a lighter blendy color. A lighter color to blend with, even. Let's see, get a little bit more of this umber, darker umber, just right under her eyes. Guess I forgot. And then light umber again. And just leave a little marker in the middle. Like so. Same thing on him. Get all around here. I think he looks a little bit better than she does. But oh well. I get a little bit around the nose here. Like so. There. And then we'll go in with a little bit of sand, just all over. And it'll kind of brighten up the color a little bit. Just very lightly. Because I kind of like the way it looks. I just feel like it needs a little something. Like so, and then let's do her. Get a little bit more on the side here. Like so. Okay, so for the cheeks, the middle red part will be some crimson red, which is number 924, and I'm going to go in on the bottom and kind of around and fade it in towards the middle. I don't know if it shows up very well, but it is there. I don't want it like a super different from the marker. So do that on all 4 cheeks. You can put a little white, which is number 938, just like in the middle here. If you want to do that, do that like so. Just kind of add some little, it might be too white, so I may go back over with the red. So yeah, back in with the red. Kind of dull that white down a little, and we'll go in with some raspberry, which is number 1030, for the outer cheek or cheek line. And we'll just kind of go on the outer line, just along that. I'm pressing a little bit harder just to get it in there because it's pretty small. Let me get my brush. And we'll do that over here. I have to sharpen this. Maybe not. Let's see, like so. And that's the cheeks. And then I think we'll do the eyes. So I think I got some pencils over here from yesterday. Dark green, which is number 908. So put that on the bottom of his eyes because he's got them green eyes. It's not really much left to leave light, but a little, so kind of go along the pupil and on the bottom and kind of where the hair is overlapping, and leave a tiny bit of that light right in this area right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. And do the same thing on this side. And kind of pat it in, almost dot it in, and kind of just fade it out like so. And he's got a tiny bit of green right here, like that. And then for hers, we can use the ultramarine. And we'll do the same thing, just hers going, you know, the opposite direction, almost like a mirror image. So her highlight will be over on this side, up, you know, with the highlights there. And like so, over on that side. Alright, so I realized I forgot to do the noses, so I'm going to go in with some blush pink for those, and that is number 928. And I'm just going to go on the bottom and kind of pull it up a little. See, we may have to go in with something a little bit darker just to kind of get the definition in. See, like so. See, do we have a darker pink? Maybe a tiniest bit of hot pink, which is number 993. Just a little bit right here on the bottom, kind of shade and fade. Like so. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, and then maybe we should go ahead and finish his clothes. I want those buttons to be black. I've been humming and hawing about it, but I think I just want them to be black, so grab the black marker. Let's see, maybe we can do blue in the middle. Just do black on the outer circle. So the black for the outer circle, blue in the middle. So let's grab the 76 that we've been using. So, let's see, and for his little collar here, I'm going to go in with blue-gray number 1 marker. And I'm just going to kind of put this in here because I want it to be white-ish, but still have a little bit of a blue tint. See, like so. I use these blue-gray markers a lot. I think they are very nice colors. And I think for her collar, we'll probably use the same. So this will be part of her collar. I don't know what that actually is, but it'll be blue-gray now. Could be part of whatever's making up her face there, but it will just make it blue-gray. Why not? So this color here, and then we will do the underskirt here. So let me just get a little bit more right in here. Down here, on this underskirt or whatever it is called. Just fill this in here. Like so. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go over the blue gray with some 30% warm gray just to get in a little bit more shadow. Kind of like so, kind of fill in the ones that are on the underside there. Just very lightly, I don't want a whole lot of it. And I still don't know what I want to do with her clothes. Let's see, get this on the underside. And this here, this is kind of overlapping. Get a little bit under here. Same here. And around the bow, and in under here, and in under here, and like so. And get under her chin, and get in these little frilly bits just on the one side. Kind of want to get in under that there, and here, and like so. This is kind of going in under there, so we'll put in some there, and also on the underside here. And I don't know if I want her to have a blue or a pink dress or a yellow or a purple. I don't know, I think it'll all look good. So let's just kind of fade this down here. Just very lightly towards the bottom, like so. And then we'll go over it with some white. Just make sure you clean up your white first before you use it in here. Let's see, here. Just kind of blend it out a little. The blue-gray. And I'm going over all of it. So like so, here on the bottom I can put those black dots back in if I want to do that with a pen or something, or a pencil. Okay, like so. Then let's get the ultramarine, and we'll go in a little bit on this button here, just on the bottom of it. And the light blue can kind of stand out even at the top. I think I'm gonna go with a blue, with the blue dress and hat. and we'll do yellow shawl or whatever that is. So I'm going to get my 76 out that we've been using. Did I say 79 earlier? Hopefully it popped up the correct number on the screen. So we'll do the blue hat. Hopefully it's not too much blue, but I think it might work. Get in there, and let's get, I think this is the back of the hat, because it, you know, should wrap around. So around the flower here, definitely don't want to get it in the flower. And on the inside here, like that, and then the dress. So that would be here. Go very, very lightly over there because it's so thin. It could bleed over real quick. Let's go around this bow. Just gonna go in on that. Okay, like so. There, and let's get up in here again. Like so, and oh, my voice is going, I'm so sorry. Okay, like so. Let's just get this whole dress. I'm just doing it by sections because that's easier for me. And it streaks less if you go from, you know, follow the black lines and stop where they, you know, where they are. Oh, and I just got some blue in that bow. Whoops. It's fine. It's just a tiny bit. I just went a little too close to that line. See, and I'll need to get in here a tiny bit. It does bleed less if you've already colored the stuff next to it, because it's like you can tell there's already something there. Don't know. Let's see, like so. Get this there. I think that's it. Then I want to go in with number 49. It's a bit of a different yellow than what we've been using. It's it looks warmer. This is probably what I should have been using for the sunflowers. all this here. Get this bit there. Then once we've done this, we've only got, well, we've got a little bit of gel penning, and then we've got the fruit, which hopefully shouldn't take too long. And then we will be done. Okay, like so. I think that looks all right. All right, so I think I want to start with her yellow shawl. And I'm going to start with some cadmium orange hue, which is number 118. Just a little bit to get some orangey in here for the shading. And go kind of around some of this stuff that is overlapping. Go along this line here, just pretty much in the very darkest areas, like so. Tiny bit on the bottom, just very lightly. And I got an extender out for this, and then I forgot to put it in. It's better. See, like so on the upside of this one. Maybe a tiny bit right here on the bottom. And along these lines here. And maybe a little bit down here, going like so. Let's get a little bit under her chin here, because it's overlapping a little. Then maybe a little bit on either side of this one here in the middle. Here it'll be where it wraps around. Just kind of dabbing it in. If the camera's shaking, I'm so sorry. Need to get something better to fasten it to my desk with. Using one of them arms. It's a little wiggly. Let's see here. That's kind of, oh, I just got some in that nub there. Oh well, it's fine. So go on the bottom. If you get out of the lines like I just did here, you know, it's really not a big deal. In most cases it can be fixed. Or you can just roll with it. Let's see, let me just get my eraser, because I didn't really want any orange there. Just clean it off a little. Alright, so I just got a Tombow mono eraser. It's also linked down below. It's a really good eraser. Gets into really tiny areas, and I like it a lot. It's what I use the most. Sunburst yellow, I think this is. It's number 917. And I got an extender out for this one too. And I keep forgetting to use my extenders. Let's see here. It's better. And go over the shadowy areas and pull them out. Let's see, I think actually just get my cadmium orange hue out. Put a little bit right on the bottom here. Just a tiny bit. I don't even know if that shows up, but it's there. Okay, so kind of just go over the cadmium orange and pull it out. Extend this line here and pull that out. Go on the bottom and pull it out. So go a little bit more in here. extend this line here and pull it out. And this line here and pull that out. And then we'll go in here. Let's see. Gotta get a good angle here. See, this has already been extended, so we'll just kind of pull it out. Shade and fade. And these yellows, you kind of have to, because they're so pale, you know, it's yellow, kind of have to work them in a little bit, so you may have to increase your pressure. Okay, like so, and then we will go in with Canary Yellow, which is number 916, and we'll go over everything. This is our blender color. And this, I think, is my favorite yellow in this whole set. Let's get some there and here. Pull it down like so. It's a little orangey yellow, but I like it. So move this out of the way. Then we'll go in with the blues. We'll start with the ultramarine. We'll have to go darker because if not, these two arms will just kind of blend into each other. But we'll start with the hat and the ultramarine, and we'll fill in this here. Don't go too hard because we'll go back in with a different color over it. We'll do the same thing over on this side, and we'll do this bit under here. And just brush that off. And let's see, let's get around the I don't know, rim of the hat, is that what it's called? And kind of just pull this out a little, just go around. We'll go in here. We'll fill this in because it's in the back. We'll just kind of follow it around and leave a little just marker at the top as we go up this way. And we'll do the same over here, but it will be darker because it's more overlapped by the flower. So it'll be pretty dark right in here. I need my brush. Let's go in here and in here. We'll do the same thing on this side that we did on the other one, but this side will be a bit darker. We may have to go over a few times to get it smoother. So then we'll go over here on the top of the hat, fill in the shadow from the flowers, and we'll shade down here and fade it up like so. With a little bit more just in the darker areas. See, it might be alright actually, because we'll work in the other colors. Okay, like so. Then since they're going to be the same color, I'm just going to go ahead and do the dress. with the ultramarine. So definitely shade under where his arm is, you know, over or over hers, and also on the underside of hers because it would be darker there. Go around the shawl. Get in this little corner there. Let's see, like so. Trying not to get it into the yellow. And this will be pretty dark in here. So on the underside, and get some more here where everything is overlapping. Her claws will definitely be a good deal darker than his, I think, just because she's got way more stuff overlapping. So that just automatically makes it darker. Let's see, like so. Let me get my brush. Let's get in the folds. So shade and fade the folds and get some dark in these little, where you can see the underside of the dress. I'm pretty much just filling them in. Let's see, get some in this fold here and kind of extend it or pull it out a little, not extend it, but pull it out. And let's get this bit here. Just not as dark as those other ones, but a little bit right on like so. And then the folds are going this way. Go in here, pull it out. Get around this leaf here. I forgot to shade that in, or put that shading in there. Let's get this fold here. You can pull this out a little or further up. Fade it out. Same here. Just pull it out, up, out. Well, out and up a little, not all the way up. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to go in with some indigo. And I'm going to go in the very darkest areas, so where the hat kind of wraps around, just a little. And if this isn't dark enough, I may go in with some black. So let's get some on the inside of the hat here. Like so. And on the inside of the hat over here. We won't use too much of this indigo, just in the very, very darkest areas. maybe a little bit up in this corner there, maybe some in here and some right here to kind of indicate that that's a little further back. I mean, that kind of sticking up in the middle of the hat, not like right there. And a teeny tiny bit right in the corner here, and some right there. And then we will go in under his arm with this. Also in under here. So on her arm, right there where their arms meet. May need some black. It's not, don't know if it's dark enough. Just put some black right in that area there. Maybe we'll put a little bit of it in here and a little bit in these nooks and crannies. A tiny bit in here because it will be on the darker side in there. And then let me get a black. So number 935. And we'll just put a tiny bit in here, the underside here. I'm going very lightly with it, like so, and also on the inside of the hat here. Still very light because the indigo is very dark too, but just wanted a little darker in these few areas, just so that they don't blend in together. This little triangle shaped in between there. I think that may be good actually, like that. So they've got the same color clothes but still a little bit different. So I'm gonna go back in with the ultramarine, and I'm just gonna put it where we put the black, under her arm here. And we'll pull it out, pull the color out a little bit over here. And same with here, pull it out a tiny bit. Just in certain areas. Mostly just on her dress. See, I need to brush that off there. And get a little bit right under her arm here. I forgot to shade that bit. Okay, like so. I think that's fine. Then we'll go in with the blue lake, which is number 1102. I have to twirl it around. I keep wanting to say blue slate. And we'll go over everything. This is our blendy color. And I'm going to go from, I think, from the dark and kind of pull the dark out. But you can go either way. It doesn't matter that much. Depends on your personal preference. I sometimes go dark to light and sometimes I'll go light to dark. It just depends. Get in here, just kind of get over everything. And I probably should have started with her hat, but you know, I forgot. There's really nothing else to it, I just forgot. Like so, let's get in here, a little bit more in here. I want it a little bit smoother, but if there's a little bit of texture, then that is okay too, because clothing does have texture sometimes. Let's get in here. so you don't have to smooth that out completely. Okay, so let's get her hat. So in here, and then here. I think that's it. I think I did all the blue. Alright, so then we're going to do a little bit of gel penning. So I'm going to get my Jelly Roll Glaze white out. And I'm going to do their mouth here, these little squares that I still don't know what they're supposed to be. I mean, they can't be teeth, but they will be white. And if you don't have this particular white gel pen, then you can just use a regular white gel pen or a Posca, or you could do it whatever color you want to do it. Alright, so we're going to do the fruit and the pumpkin. I don't know whether a pumpkin is a fruit or a vegetable. I think it's a vegetable. Either way, we're going to do it now. And I'm going to base the apples with number 5. Because I want red apples. Let's see. So we're just going to do all of them at the same time. And don't worry, I have not forgotten about them sticks that the scarecrows are kind of balancing on. I just haven't gotten there yet. So we're gonna do those in a minute. Okay, well, I did kind of forget about them, but I remember them now. Let's see, like so. Let's get this here. Get this right in that corner there. Then let's do this one here. Let's just get up all up here like so. Keep this edge wet. It doesn't streak. Okay, like so. There. Okay, then we got the apple over here. Start, I guess, over here. Kind of work our way over and around. Here, let's just get this edge up here like so. Let's see, then we'll go in and we'll do the 2 pairs, and I'm going to use number 48, which is like a yellowy green type color. just kind of gonna go a little bit around that, because that's usually like brown or a browny color. If you color it, that's okay too. Just put some brown in with pencil. Mine bled almost all the way over, so let's go back in with some brown. Get this one over here. Try not to get this green into that pumpkin. Let's see, like so. There. Then we'll do the pumpkin with number 49. I think it's the same color that we used on her shawl. I'm pretty sure. I've already forgotten. Get the whole thing. I know it's very pale, but all we want is a base. Like so, and there. Then for the stems, I'm going to go in with 137, and I'm also going to use that for these sticks that they're kind of standing on or being balanced on. Let's get a little bit of this in there. Get her little stick, and I forgot his other stick. Whoops. Here, let's just get his before I forget again. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use the green that I used for the pears on the stem for the pumpkin, because that's a little bit more greenish, I think. So, but that's what we're going to do. You can do yours brown if you want. But mine is going to look like this. Well, for now at least. So for pencils, we're going to use some raspberry on the apples as our darkest color. We're going to go in just a little bit on the bottom and pull it up a little. And in the shadowier areas. Kind of just fade it out. Let me twirl this over this way a little. Kind of fade it upward. We'll just do all of them at the same time. So we're around here. Now on the bottom. Fade it out. and up in here. We need some more. It's not showing up very well. I guess maybe it's showing up enough. On the bottom here too. Let's get some up here and up in here. Like so. Then we'll go in with some crimson red, and we're going to go over the raspberry and pull it out. And kind of fade it up. Do the same thing here. Pull this out a little. Do the same thing on this apple. All around the shadowier areas. Gonna pull it up over here like so. Then we'll do this one, which will be our lightest, because it's kind of in the front and, well, not really center, but in the front. Like so, and then we'll go in with Scarlet Lake, which is number 923, and we're going to go over the rest, or all of it, with this color. And then we're going to have to go in and put in some highlights and some stuff with some white gel pen, but we'll do that at the end so that we don't smear it. Like so. Alright, so for the pears, I'm going to go in with some Kelly green. Just a little bit on the bottom here, just very lightly. So here, kind of pull it up, get around this here. A little bit more on the bottom. And we'll just start with that, and we'll see how that goes. Go around here on the bottom again. Pears kind of have weird coloring, or not weird, but different coloring. Guess it also depends on what kind of pears. But I'm not really going for anything in particular. Definitely not realism, but kind of like that. And then I'm going to go in with some chartreuse, and I'm going to go over the rest of the pear with this color because they're kind of bright. I'm gonna go over all of this. And they will be very green pears. So, try not to get it in that red. I think maybe a little bit more of the darker green on the bottom here, down the bottom here. I feel like this green here needs to be a little bit better faded out. It's a bit of a harsh edge on it, or harsh line. Kind of like so. Then go back over with the chartreuse. Like so, and we could even go in with a little bit of the yellow chartreuse, which is very bright. I need to clean mine off because it's got some other type of green on it. And we can go up, right up in here with it, in the lightest areas. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, but a little. Kind of like so. Then for the pumpkin, see, I've got pumpkin yellow, pumpkin orange even, and I'm going to go on with some of that. And that will be like our darkest, I think. I may put in some burnt ochre. This color always feels softer to me than the other colors from this set. I don't know why. Let's see, like so. Get in here. Kind of follow the wrinkles around, or whatever they're called. Let's see, like so. This one goes up like so. I do need a little bit. I can just kind of put a little bit in, kind of just flicking it in like hair. Get this there. Can pull this out a little, but they are very like stripy. If that makes any sense at all. Probably not. It made sense in my head. So here, and there, get a little bit more color on in here. Still going very lightly. This is just a very soft color. Get some more in the back here. Sorry if I'm quiet, I'm just concentrating. Okay, like so. And I kind of like that color actually. Let's just go in with a little bit of orange and just kind of flick some in, just to kind of get like a mid-tone in here. And I'm just flicking it in, you know, like hair, like I was doing with the pumpkin orange. I need to brush this off. Like so. Get a little bit more of this. And I think I want some more pumpkin orange in there. I'm going to sharpen it. The pumpkin orange is such a great color. I don't know if I'll need the burnt ochre now. Let's get a little bit more around this pear. I love, love, love coloring pumpkins. It's one of my favorite autumny things to color, and this is actually my first pumpkin this year, I think, that I've colored, or at least for this season. Let's see, and they don't all these little flicks do not have to be the same length or size. Like some can go all the way down, others can go a little less. Okay, like so. Let's get a little bit more right in here. It's very light right there, I feel like. Okay, so there. And let's try to go over with maybe some of the canary yellow. Because they do have some yellow in them. They're all a little different looking. So if this is too bright, I'll go back over with some more of an orangey color. Maybe the sunburst yellow. Like so. Let's brush this off. Maybe we will go in with a little bit of the sunburst. Just a little here and there. Just to kind of dull that canary yellow down just a tiny bit. Don't go over, you know, all of the canary yellow. Still want some of it. Or, I mean, you can, but I'm not. Still want some of that bright yellow to shine through. Like so. And I'm very, very happy with that pumpkin. Then for the stem of the pumpkin, at least, I'm going to use some green ochre. Because they have a very dirty green type stem. And I'm going to follow these lines up, and I'm going to kind of fill in down there almost completely. And I'm going to go over everything with it very lightly. Let some of that brighter green shine through. Go over the lines a little bit more just to kind of get that depth. And I think maybe that is actually pretty good. So I might just leave that there. For the stems of everything else, I'm gonna try some chocolate, and also the little twigs maybe that they're balancing on. I'm not doing anything super special with these stems here. Just get a little bit in there. I'm hoping y'all can see what I'm doing. Let's see, a little bit more on this one here. A little bit more there. Like so. And I don't know about those twigs that they're standing on. I could just go in with some sepia for those. That way they're a little bit different. And I know that this is a very dark color, so just go very lightly. I don't want them to blend in with the stems from the fruit. So a tiny bit different. And then let's blend that out with sunburnt ochre. And that should be alright. See, like so. And I think I may go in with a little bit of burnt ochre on these apples and pears in there. Like so. Maybe a little bit right in here and a little bit in here. And I missed some chocolate in here, I think. Oh, sorry for the shakiness there. Okay, like so. Okay, so we're pretty much done coloring everything. I really like how it came out. I'm going to go in with some white gel pen and just kind of bring in some more highlights. So one a little bit on the button here, or whatever that is, just so that it stands out a little bit more. Gonna get some on the apples here. The highlights for those. We get a little bit over on that side. I think this one may be a little bit, should be a little bit bigger. Same here, and I forgot that pear. Need to go back in and do that. Let's see, like so. That may be a bit too much, but I can go back in with a pencil and kind of scrape some of it off once it's dry. See, like so. I think that may be it, actually. Let's just kind of reapply these white highlights in their eyes here. I'm not sure why there are two. I'm just kind of following what's already there. And we could have a little bit of a white highlight on the pumpkin here. so maybe a tiny bit. You can flick some in, as long as you flick in the right direction. And if you don't like it, like I said, you can scrape it right back off with a pencil once it's dry. Let's see, is this dry? I think it is. So I think I'm actually going to go in with my Scarlet Lake and scrape some of this off. See, it comes right back off. And my white gel pen is turning pink on the red apples, so it doesn't actually stay like white. You can go back over it if you want. And if you kind of had a little mishap like I have here, you can kind of just go in and shape it. See, I did some here too. I do not have the steadiest hands, so I do this a lot with the reshaping of the gel pen. Alright, I think that is it, actually. I am very happy with how this page came out. It's a little bit glary because I've burnished, but yeah, I think it's looking really nice. I'm very happy with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the color along. If you did follow along, I would love to see your page. My Instagram is linked down below in the description, so you can tag me when you post your picture. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Toodaloo.